All right, so thanks for coming today. So the purpose of this class today, just to give you overview about the course we are offering from QA Tech Solution. I believe today from the participant list, a lot of you, I believe, still in the university, friend of one of our employees, Shoaib. So that's a great opportunity. Actually, you made I would say, made a great decision just to see actually whether it fits in your career. Because I believe once you finish university, there is opportunity for interns or even look for jobs if you finish your internship. So let's see whether something this is you want to pursue in future and see whether it's going to be fruitful for any of you. So I'm trying to prepare this presentation, keeping in my mind that none of you knows anything about software testing. If you know, that's a great, but I'll try to go very basic just to give you more information so that it helpful whoever doesn't have any idea about software testing. All right, so software testing. So definitely you like to know what is software testing. It's very self-descriptive. So basically what we do in software testing to test the software and to make sure the actual results match with the expected results with the intention to find defect in the software. So as you see, the testing word means you're testing the software with intention, make sure the software doesn't have any defects or any bug. So that's the ultimate goal. But in order to do that, we have some objectives. So whenever we work as a software test engineer, there are a couple of objectives we need to keep in mind. So that will actually really help us to determine whether the software is a good quality software, is a bad software. So what are the objectives? So first thing is finding defects, definitely. So the ultimate goal of software testing is to make sure the software is bug-free. There is no issue in the software. So that's the first goal, that whenever we perform testing on a software, with that intention, we need to find as much defect we can so that when it goes to the customer or the end user, they feel happy about it. Because I believe all of you are using software, maybe from your cell phone or from your computer. So if you have impression or if you have experiences that the software you're trying to use is not doing what you are trying to do, definitely it creates a bad impact on your mind. So keeping on this sense also is very important. Whenever we work as a software test engineer, make sure we find the defect first before it goes to the customer so that it gets fixed. And whenever it releases to the customer, they are kind of happy user. They don't find any issues. The second objective is like gaining the confidence about the level of the quality. So definitely, so if you find defects in the earlier stages before it goes to the customer, you are gaining the confidence of the level of the quality. You can assure that, okay, we did enough testing, we find all the possible defects, and definitely we can assure that the quality of the software is very high. So you are pretty much gaining the confidence about the level of the quality, because that's the job you're gonna do whenever you work as a software test engineer. Providing information for decision making, because when you work in a company, because there's a lot of stakeholders, all the decision makers, investors, all the big people. So based on your information, you kind of giving the based on your research or based on your testing, you're gonna give the information to the top people whether it's ready to go to the customer, because those are the people gonna make a decision whether they're gonna release the software on a certain time or not. Because based on your work and based on your data, they're gonna make a decision. If you find some of the critical bugs and if you give this information that, look, if we release the software with these defects, it's going to create a really bad impact to the customer. So definitely they're not going to do that. So based on your findings, based on your work, the company is going to rely on you, like whether we should release this software or not. And the final one is preventing defects. So let's say you find defects in one of the, so let's say I want to give example iPhone. So as you see, frequently iPhone update their iOS version. So what is the purpose of updating the iOS version? Because they found some issue in the next version, they try to fix those issues so that as a customer, you don't face those kind of difficulties. Those similar kind of things. So if you found a bug in earlier release, in the next release, kind of you make a lessons. Okay, so in my earlier version, I found this kind of issues. I want to make sure the same kind of things never happen in future. So you kind of proactive, you kind of making an action so that in future, any possible defects cannot occur. So it's really important to understand the objectives whenever we work in the as a software test engineer. All right, so what is the importance of software testing? We understand what is software testing. Now, it's really important. I believe you already get a sense of it, like how critical or crucial a software can be if it releases to the customer with a defect portion. So due to the poor quality of the software, it can actually cause the reputation of the business and the relationship of the customer. So if you buy a software, you pay for the software, and if you see the software is not fulfilling your needs or is crashing frequently, or if you're trying to do something, it crashes a lot, definitely not going to use the software. So you have a very bad impact about that product. So definitely, so whoever the business, their reputation is at stake because due to the poor quality of software, their relationship with the customer is kind of broken. And also, it's not only the reputation; it also can be very expensive or even dangerous. So software bugs can potentially cause human and money and human loss. And we're going to see some of the example that how impactful the software bug was in the past, because these are the example I have taken from the real life scenarios. And let's see. So as you see, the car company Nissan, the Japanese car company Nissan, like few years back, they recalled 1 million cars from the market. What is the reason? Because their airbag sensor software has a failure, and 2 accidents occurred due to that airbag sensor failure. So you see, just because of the software, there's an accident happened, and the sensor wasn't working properly. As a result, airbag didn't came out on time. So there is 2 accidents happen, and that's costly. That cost the human life for the software. Then the coffee company Starbucks, they have a software failure, and let's see what happened, impact. So Starbucks was forced to close about 60% of stores in US and Canada due to software failure because the system they used to sell the coffee, it wasn't working at that time. So at one point, what they supposed to do, because they could not able to charge the customer, and customer was pissed off, then they start serving free coffee to all the customer just to make them happy. So definitely it cost them a lot of money. And Amazon, pretty much we use this e-commerce website, Amazon. So what happened in Amazon? So one of the whoever the posting the price of their product, so mistakenly the product price reduced to 1 penny. Yeah, we think of 1 penny is nothing, but if it's millions of customer product price reduced 1 penny, at the end of the day, it's a lot of money. So due to software problem, and they made a heavy loss. So let's see one video. Actually, this video is really useful because they explain some of the incident happened due to the software failure and how critical the software in our current world.
What is software testing? Software testing is a process to identify the correctness, completeness, and quality of developed computer software. It includes a set of activities conducted with the intent of finding errors in software so that it could be corrected before the product is released to the end users. In simple words, software testing is an activity to check that the software system is defect-free. Why is testing important? This is China Airlines Airbus A300 crashing due to a software bug on April 26, 1994. killing 264 innocent lives. Software bugs can potentially cause monetary and human loss. History is full of such examples. In 1985, Canada's Therac 25 radiation therapy machine malfunctioned due to a software bug and delivered lethal radiation doses to patients, leaving 3 people dead and critically injuring 3 others. In April of 1999, a software bug caused the failure of a $1.2 billion military satellite launch, the costliest accident in history. In May of 1996, a software bug caused the bank accounts of 823 customers of a major U.S. bank to be credited with $920 million US dollars. As you see, testing is important because software bugs can be expensive or even dangerous. As Paul Ehrlich puts it, to err is human, but to really foul things up, you need a computer.
All right, so as you see, some of the example the person is trying to explain. So it's really significant that what can software failure can happen. As they say, the plane crash, just because of the software, 264 people died. So we are kind of playing such important role for a company, regardless whatever software industry you work for. You are the security checkpoint. You'll be working as a checkpoint of the final output between the customer and the company. Because if you say this is gonna go to the customer, it's gonna go to the customer. If you say no, it has the issue, they immediately gonna rectify the issue and has to resolve the issue, because that's the impact can really it made in customer's life. So let's try to see. We have to understand what will happen if we pursue our career in this industry as a software test engineer, because definitely you're not going to go, you're not going to choose a career where you're not going to benefit it financially or even in terms of dignity. So let's see what happened. So let's try to understand the salary portion and everything, the opportunity that we have currently in local and global job market. So software test engineer is in high demand both in USA and as well as outside the USA. So what are the industry basically you're gonna capable of to get a job if you do this course, or if you are expert in software testing industry? Airlines industry, because pretty much all the airlines, they run on software. Financial industry, all the banking sector, they use software. Car industries, as you say, pretty much car is run on the software. And many more companies, it's like you name it. There's no company who doesn't use software. So wherever there is a software development going on, definitely there is a need for a software test engineer. So in USA, starting salary for a software test engineer, beginner level, let's say if you're a fresh graduate, you don't have any experience, and if you want to pursue career as a software test engineer, the starting salary is yearly is 60K. If you do have experience, mid-level experiences, like 4 to 5 years, your salary is going to be around $90,000 yearly. And if you in a senior level, like over 8 years of experiences, your salary is going to be like over 100K. So that's the standard salary range pretty much all over the USA. And based off my experience, that's what I have found. So once you have these, if you, let's say you don't want to work for a company, you want to work as a freelancer, there's a great opportunity to work as a freelancer. So this is one of the freelancing webpage. Basically, if you go there, you can see that's what there's thousands of projects. So you can simply create your profile. You don't have to work for any company, and you can bid for the work. You can see there will be a lot of work. You can bid it. If they like your profile, they can give you the project. So if you decided, so many people doesn't like to work under a boss, or even when you are studying as a student, there's a great opportunity for you even to earn money, just work as a freelancer. So before work, you need to have some knowledge, definitely. So this is the course actually help you out to prepare for the job. So if you work for a company, perfect. If you're not, there's opportunity for as a freelancer. And this is the job statistics in software testing in US market. So this is the website this is the US Bureau of Labor Statistics. Anybody can Google and find the statistics, how many people got job. So this is, as of now, we have the update for 2019. Since 2020, we all know is a pandemic going on. I think they didn't update this webpage. So the data we have till May 2019. So as you see here, the total number of employment happened in this industry is 1.4 million people got job. So in this, the field software developer. So in the field of software developers and software testing field. And as you see the salary range, if you make hourly, this is the average salary range, $53. And this is the annual salary range, over $100,000. So, and it shows some statistics like as a test engineer or as a developer, what are the industry you have opportunity to get a job. So this is the industry they hired the most number of employee, like computer system design and related services. They're the one they have most number of employees. So this is some data. So definitely I would suggest whenever you made a decision to do something, do Google, try to find out the future perspective, what will be the future if you do pursue your career in this particular field. All right, and this is another LinkedIn, I believe more or less all of you know about this. This is the social networks for job seekers. So this is the LinkedIn. So basically, if you have a profile, you can look for job. So I want to show you something here. So if I search software tester, so with this information. So as you see here, software, let's say software test engineer. All right, so right now, so in USA, total number of job is 4,036. So if you just search it, and this is all software testing. So different industry. As you see, California, all over the US. So this is the USA. So as you see here, I mean, if you look for the salary, most of the job, like they provide what is the salary range based on the experiences. So as you see here, they provide the information and everything. So this is like public page. So LinkedIn, I mean, if you just Google, you can find it out, like what is the future perspective of this in this field. All right, so let's try to give you some info about our company. So as all of you know, our company name, QA Tech Solution, we built our company is 2016, founded by me and my partner, Mohammad Fariduddin. We have two advisors at this moment. Mr. Shajib Khatun, he's a technical advisor. Currently, he's working for Verizon. His expertise basically networking, cybersecurity. And also we have another financial advisor, Sharif Said. He's a certified chartered accountant. In this field is 20 years. And our only employee, Shoaib, I believe a lot of your friends is today in the station. He's our business manager. So we not only provide course in software testing, we provide in 4 different areas. So let's say basically this course designed in such a way, if somebody doesn't have any IT experiences, still they can switch it to our school. So we have a course for very basic computing for IT help desk. Who doesn't have any experience in computer? We'd always recommend for them, try to do that course. At least that course will prepare you to get a job as an IT help desk engineer. Then we have a software testing that we're talking about today in this class. We have other course, cybersecurity essentials, and also we have a course, business intelligence with Power BI. So yes, if anyone doesn't want to pursue their career as a software test engineer, we have other options. Yeah, we encourage anything like you feel like it, like I want to pursue my career. All our subjects in the IT industry. So if you do this course, pretty much you will be eligible to get a job in any IT companies. All right, it's a little bit about me because I'm the main instructor for software testing. So I finished my bachelor's in IT back in 2007. I studied in Malaysia. I'm a certified holder in USA. So there is a certification for software testing. So I certified, I did that course. At, at this moment, I'm working as a software engineer in test here in Miami. The company I work for is called Magic Leap. My company is built a virtual reality, augmented reality device. I previously worked for some of the companies, Blue Cross Blue Shield, the health insurance company, if anybody know this company, and Wells Fargo, at the bank. I work for this company. So some of my expertise is test automation that we're gonna teach in this course, API testing, and backend development. And my assistant instructor would be Muhammad Fariduddin. He's also has a bachelor's degree in IT. He studied in America. He's also certified test engineer, and currently he's working the company called Lowe's Home Improvement Center. I believe if you know, see the Lowe's company, he works for that company. Some of the previous company he works for is Dish TV, Digital Globe Maximus, and his also top skills is automation and API testing. All right, so the course description. So as you know, the course name is Software Testing with Selenium. Selenium is one of the tool that we're gonna teach. That's why we highlighted this tool name. Our course duration is 12 weeks, which is 96 hours. So every week, we're gonna teach 8 hours of class. So that's, if you sum up, it becomes 96 hours. Then we have a consultation hours, weekly consultation hours, 1 hour for 12 weeks, there'll be 12 hours consultation hours. What we do, we discuss if you have any problem with the homeworks and from the lecture notes. So prerequisite. So our recommendation, if you have bachelor's degree, that would be great because that's what we are thinking of, like who has a degree but looking for a good career. Definitely we try to help them out. But as I said, here to this class, half of you are still studying in university. That's another great opportunity. As I said at the beginning of the class, maybe some of you missed it, because if you want to pursue your looking for your internship, because if you study in the computer science or IT, definitely you're not specialized on anything. But if you are specialized on something, definitely it's gonna really help you out for internship. Because example, our company always hire intern, and all the Silicon Valley company, they always hire intern. But the thing is that they will hire you and they put you something. But if they see that you have specialized on one specific area, definitely they're gonna impress, because they know this person know all the required skills that we need as a software test engineer. So definitely there's a high chance that you're gonna do well internship. And if you do well internship, there's a bigger opportunity to get a job permanently once you do well in your interns. So here our expectation that you have basic computing knowledge. If you don't have basic computing knowledge, we have another course. We'll recommend you to do that course who doesn't have any prior computing knowledge. So what is mean computing knowledge? At least we are expecting you know how to use Microsoft Office, how to use your operating system, like basic uses, and how you know internet surfing. You can browse something, you know how to do email. All these basic things, if you have it, is good enough. But if somebody doesn't really have any computing background, then we have another course, basic computing. There's a 4 weeks of course. It will be ideal for you to do that course and come here, all other advanced course. And proficiency in English will be huge plus. And because we have, it tends to happen that some people just come from Bangladesh, they do not have that proficiency. If you have proficiency, it will be really helpful, because since we are living in US, all the interview is going to be in English. So if your communication skill is good, definitely it will be huge plus for anybody. And legal work authorization. So if you have work authorization in USA, that's great. Because for intern, you don't need any work authorization if you are not green card holder, is US citizen. And also when you finish your bachelor's or master's, You're gonna get OPT for like 3 years, so you will have easily can look for a job in any industry. If you find a job, definitely OPT will help you out till you become permanent resident in USA. So what is the key takeaway? So once you finish this course, we're gonna give you a course completion certificate. You're gonna become an expert on software testing and ready for the IT jobs. Some of the tools I provide the list. Maybe some of you have some prior idea, but some of you might not have. It's still fine. So we're gonna use one of the tool called Jira, is managing the issue. For database, we're gonna teach the PostgreSQL. For API testing, we're gonna teach Postman. For programming language, we're gonna teach Java. For automation testing, we're gonna teach Selenium. We're gonna teach you GitHub for source code management. And the final one is Jenkins, is a continuous integration and continuous deployment tool. So as I said, I mean, don't really worry about the name of the tool. Yeah, might be familiar, might not be familiar, that's perfectly okay. All right, so our course is starting this 23rd of January. So this is the breakdown. This is breakdown also given in the website, but since all of you here, I give you some overview. So we have 4 different subjects we're gonna teach in the course. So pretty much we're providing all the subjects. So the first will be manual testing. We have a theory session, we have a practical session. After each subject, we have an exam, just to make sure that you are in sync with the course. Then we have a database testing we're gonna teach. Then we have API testing. Then we have Java. Then we're gonna start Selenium. So it's pretty compressed and intense course because it's three months of course. We're gonna try to teach every single thing that you need to get a job in future. All right, so now comes to the actual thing. So I wanna give you some demo so that you see how do you feel about the testing. So when we talk about testing, we can perform testing in 2 ways. One is manual and one is automation. So manual testing, something you test manually as a human being, you click somewhere, you make sure the functionality is working. That is manual testing. In automation testing, basically you write a code using a software and the software is gonna test another software. That is the automation testing. So this is the skill that we're gonna try to teach you in the class because this needs skill, this needs programming language knowledge. Manual testing, you do not need any programming language knowledge. So, but the more of job opportunity is in the automation testing. So in order to become a test engineer, basically, you need to know first, the basic thing is manual testing. Once you know this, it will be easier for you to switch it to automation testing. So manual testing. So let's say this is a website, as you see, just a demo website. So let's say you test engineer and you want to test something. So in this website, what I can see, I can see a couple of buttons. There's a field. So let's say the test is asking you, make sure the login functionality is working. So if you know, if you have a profile and if you enter a correct password, what's your expectation is going to work? So all these things I'm doing manually. So I entered the full name, I entered the password, and I put a wrong password. So the password is 12345. Works. So you logged in. So make sure I logged in. And once you logged in, there is a logout button. You click on logout and make sure you successfully log out. This is just simple test. So just to show you how you do perform testing manually. So as a test engineer, I have to think a couple of combination. Positive case, negative case. Positive case means correct username, correct password, and you should be successfully logged in. The negative case is if I enter incorrect password, that definitely is going to block me. The system, if the system designed properly, it should not let me log in with the incorrect password. So that's what is happened. So if I put wrong password, it's gonna tell me password is invalid, which is working. So I'm making sure that the system is working what it's supposed to do. So this is all this testing I'm doing manually. So what if I do the automation? So that's what I'm gonna now show it to you. I will run a script and you see how the automation works. So I written a couple of test. So as you see, the first test is login is successful with valid credentials. So I'm gonna give a correct username, correct password is gonna work. Then I'm gonna test the negative scenario. What if I give incorrect password? You should not be logging in. And another test I try to show it to you, how automation is time saving. Within the one test, I can check multiple users' credentials capability. So once test with the number of users I can run, and it will run for those users and try to log in. So this is where the benefit of automation, you're saving a lot of time because you are avoiding the manual effort. So you just build the script one time, that's it. You get the benefit, it's gonna run and it's gonna test the software on behalf of you. So just gonna run the test. And you'll see it will launch the browser. You don't have to log in. Whatever we have done manually, everything is gonna be done automation, through automation. You see, I entered the correct username and password. It worked. Then I'm testing the incorrect username and password. Then I'm testing with multiple users' credentials. I slow it down purposefully so that you can see at least what it's doing actually in. If I do not slow it down, it will be so fast you wouldn't be able to see actually the real execution. So I purposefully slow it down. Okay, so end of the execution, it generates a report. So I'm gonna open the report just to see how the report looks like. All right, so if I click on features. So as you see here, I ran total 5 scenarios. It took total 23 seconds. So all scenarios is passed. So again, as you see, the enter summary of your test execution. And there's a few other things I have done here, but don't want to go to in details because what are the scenarios I executed, you can see the breakdown. How long does it take for individual scenarios? So this is just high level so that you see, and all the code I developed here is in Java. If you have programming knowledge, any programming knowledge, still you can get it. So everything, so these are the skill set we're gonna teach you in the class to develop your knowledge in Java so that you can do the automation using this programming language. Okay, so this is, so at least you have a feel for it, what is automation testing and what's gonna happen. All right, so the other two types of testing we're gonna teach you is backend testing. So backend testing, so as you see this diagram, whenever we use a product, so let's say this is a website, this is the front end. So the front end means whatever as a user you are interacting to. But all this data actually goes somewhere. Whenever you type username, whenever you type a password, definitely this information is stored somewhere. Those information is stored in the backend, in the database layer. So all the information that you try to enter from the front end, those goes to the database. So basically, there's another kind of testing, it's called database testing, just to make sure whatever data we are entering from the front end, it's stored properly in the back end. So we need to know a little bit of SQL to perform this kind of testing. So the example I'm trying to give it to you, it's one of the movie website, just Fandango. So what happened over there? You create a profile, you try to book through online. So that will actually, one of the perfect example that how it communicating with the database. As a user, you don't see it, but all this data actually is stored in database. So this is the layer we have to test. So backend testing is divided by two. One is business layer, one is database layer. The first thing we're gonna test is database layer. And then the next thing we're gonna test is the API layer. So API maybe is somebody's new terminology. API stands for application programming interface. So what happened here in API basically, so if you any, I believe kayak, most of you use it too. This is a travel booking system. So you can book flight, book hotel and everything. So whenever you look for a flight, what happened? It communicates with different airlines. So how does kayak is communicate with all the other different airlines in the world? They communicate through the API. So the airlines industry, they open their API, so kayak can communicate with their API and give you the info from their database. Because definitely kayak is not, doesn't have their own company, it is a mediator. It basically communicate with all other different airlines. Same for hotel booking. If when you try to book a hotel through API, it's trying to find the information with all the hotels from the world. So this is another layer that we're gonna test. Make sure this layer can communicate with presentation layer and the database layer. The presentation layer is the one just now I have shown the example. This is the front-end layer. I ran the automation with the tool called Selenium. So it ran this. This is the front user interface of the front-end layer. So we're gonna cover all this layer and make you expert so that you can perform all kind of testing in these 3 different layers. Finally, this is the final slide, the course fees, definitely. This is the important piece of information. So our original course fee was $3,000. Now, due to the COVID situation, we have a promotional price, which is $2,500. But we also have additional discount. If anybody pay upfront the entire course fee, we'll give additional 10% discount. So the price would be $2,250. But if someone has difficulties with financial hardship, we have an option for installment option. You can easily choose the installment option and break down your payment. All right, so what will happen? Once you finish the course, basically we have another assistant, which is called job assistance to the student. So what kind of assistance we do? We'll prepare your resume. We'll prepare you for the interview. We will post your resume in the online job portal and we'll introduce to you our preferred job recruiters. Since we are in this industry for so many years, we have a network that been developed. So we're going to introduce you to the job recruiters. So now, in order to receive job assistance, so this is our criteria. So let's say all of you did tremendously well in the exam, score 80% in the exam. It means you are ready for the job. And if you complete the homeworks, if you finish all the lecture notes, and if you complete the final project, end of the course, we have a project, it means you're ready for the job. So if you do everything on track, definitely, you will be the priority to provide the job assistance. Then if you take this service from us, then there's another payment, which is after job. So if you get a job through the help of us, so your 60% of your first month salary, you have to pay to us if you take this service from us. This is optional. So somebody wants to do the course, okay. But if somebody wants to take our help for the job, definitely. So once you do get a job, you have to pay us 60% of your first month salary. And definitely that's a monthly installment options. So this is one thing I believe all of you have more or less experienced education in study. So somebody, maybe any of your friend might have a career as a physical assistant or a dental assistant, or any kind of course you'd like to do is a 1 year of course in USA. So, and the payment they have to pay like 10,000, 15,000 tuition fee just for 1 year course. Any kind of certification you try to do in USA. So if you do the fee, if you compare the fee as you see industry, so we try to encourage you do the comparison, like whatever you want to do. We are one of the most reasonable course fee that we are offering. It's not expensive, and also we have so many other options just to make your life easier. Because our ultimate goal actually to help you out, if you through this course, if you build your career with our help, definitely you will be our ambassador. We can tell that from our institute, this number of students got finished their course and got job. And we kind of try to limit our batch from 10 to 15 students. The reason is we can work with them closely because since we are offering as of now online based course, it's very difficult to maintain huge number of student class. So what we'll do, we'll try to limit 10 to 15 students so that we can engage with them, try to communicate with them, and make sure you do your work on your end. So we'll try to give you best information, all the things available to you. We'll try our best because our course kind of rely on the latest technology that is in the software industry. So that's how our course is structured, designed, so that whenever you finish this course, you immediately ready for the job market. So that's the ultimate goal. So the ultimate goal would be to get a job. It's not like something I just want to finish, then I will keep the certificate. This is not the ultimate goal. So ultimate goal, we encourage you, make sure you have a mindset to get a job in the future. So having said that, I would like to give the opportunity to all of you. If anybody have any specific question, please feel free to tell me so that I can give you all your answer.
I do have a few questions.
Please.
Are you guys only offering from January, end of this January, or are you guys gonna offer?
No, we have 3 batches. So in our website, actually, everything is given. So just to share with you. So if you go to our website, we have courses. So we have 3 batches in every year, so calendar year. So our first batch starting from January, our next batch is going to start from June. Then the third batch is going to start from September. So for every single courses that we are offering, we'll have 3 batch running all over the year. Except for the basic computing, because this is a 4 weeks of course. So this one will offer in every 2 months. So other than that, since this is a 12-week course, we are offering 3 times in a year. Cybersecurity, another course we're gonna offer twice a year because this is a 15 weeks of course. And the BI developer, business intelligence developer, we're gonna offer 3 times in a year.
Perfect. And the second question is, how big is the load for the class? Like if we do, let's say, in university, if we do 3 credit class, then we have to study 9 hours approximately.
Okay.
So while the class is twice a week and it's 4 hours per class, looks like 8 hours each week, right?
Correct.
So how big is the load for homework and other stuff?
So yes, that's a very good question. So this is, as I said, in 3 months, we're gonna prepare you with the experience of 2 years of knowledge. So the technology is very intense because the technology we're gonna teach you is the latest technology in the job market. And we're gonna teach you programming, is gonna take some time. So pretty much your involvement is necessary right from the beginning. As I said that, we offer our course only the weekend with the mindset that the people is gonna come to our course, maybe they have jobs in other 5 days. So your preparation again is human to human. If you study every day 2 to 3 hours, I believe that's a great investment. It shouldn't be take that long if you're regular on your study, and if you finish your homework, if you finish your lecture note, average 2 to 3 hours should be great investment from your side. But again, somebody might say, oh, I need more time. So we cannot like give that estimate. But as of now, from our past experiences, if anybody dedicatedly spend 2 to 3 hours every day, I believe that's good enough for the person to go with the courses. Shouldn't be that difficult.
All right, thank you.
Okay, that's a great, this is an opportunity. I want you to ask any question you have so that at least from my end, I can help you out to guide you in the proper direction. This is, as I said, after finishing a course of 3 months, there is no courses that can assure you to get a job salary of 60,000 and more. So you can name it. You can look for any courses in the USA. So with the completion of 3 months of course, none of the course will assure you to get a salary with that range. And you can Google it and you can see what is the maiden salary. As I showed to you in the earlier lecture note, as a beginner in this industry, your yearly salary would be $60,000. So that's what I was emphasizing. If you want to see yourself in the IT industry, this is like one of the easiest area that you can see yourself in IT industry. We have do other courses. So if you feel like you are more database related person, yes, we have a course for business intelligence. But if you want to be a cybersecurity network related stuff, if you want to pursue your career, we have a course cybersecurity, and this is more of software testing. So any company has a software, you'll be in demand on that particular company, because in USA they are kind of heavy investment of software testing, because it's really the final piece of checkpoint between the company and the customer. So they want to make sure they have the right product, it goes to the customer. Any question?
Yeah, actually, how is the like job goes? I heard goes by a 6-month contract, 1-year contract. Is it true?
So if I ask you, let's say if I ask you honestly, let's say you got a job, a 6 months contract, is that a problem for you? Or how do you evaluate yourself? So if you get a 6 months contract of job, if you make hourly $40 to $50 per hour, and you get an opportunity to gain experiences. As I told you, you finish this course, you have a knowledge of whatever we teach you, that's the knowledge. Definitely, you should be flexible enough to gain more experiences in real-time job. So it doesn't really matter if there is 6 months of contract or 1 year of contract. Your ultimate aim should be, as long as I get a job as quickly as possible and I get a real-time experience, that will give me such a boost in my future career. Because once you, let's say if you have a job of 6 months of contract, you finish that contract, you'll be in such a good shape, you have more bargaining power, you have more negotiation power, then you can look for something better. So
I know at
yes,
the beginning is not a problem, but is it gonna have to be like, am I gonna be moving around whole in the USA?
I moved around, so I enjoyed a lot because I moved around pretty much all over the USA. I have been working in this industry since 2010. Because if this job doesn't require me to move around, I wouldn't be traveling that much. And I really enjoy it. So this is my personal preference, because job, they gave me relocation cost, they gave me everything. So I don't mind to move around. So this is I took as opportunity, because I was in impression I want to gain experience as much as I can. But yes, some people might have different perspective. They don't want to move from one state to another state. For those, it will be a bit challenging, because for initial, I would recommend to everybody, any state you get a job, just move on, because you want to gain your experience. Once you have bargaining power, once you have more experiences, then you can do this bargain. Okay, no, I'm looking for a very specific position, only full-time, only this city, but that will come down the line, you know. So at the beginning, yes, you can do that, but your scope, you are narrowing yourself. But we encourage always every students to be flexible enough, so that whenever you got your first opportunity, don't say no, simply move on, gain your experience. Once you have real life experiences, then yeah, start negotiating whatever you feel better for your life.
Okay, thanks. I was just asking. That's all.
Yeah, no, sure. I mean, it's a good question. And
Yeah.
I want to give you answers from my experiences. I don't want to give you something from imagination. Whatever I made decision, whatever I would recommend that it will be helpful for your career if you pursue your career in this industry. I want to give you a real life pictures. That way you can make a decision whether this is something you want to do or not.
Okay, thanks.
So isn't that if you get a 6 months contract and then you have to go through with that situation every 6 months or so. Is it like similar to like self-contractor, those type of work that we're gonna do? If I
This is a self, yes. So the contract position, you're gonna go through a recruiting company. So the recruiting company is gonna place you for a contract position, 6 months, 12 months. So you're gonna know upfront, basically. Yes. So as I said, once you gradually grow your knowledge, grow your experiences, definitely you can have this bargain power. So right at this moment, let's say I'm looking for a job. So I got a call for a 6 months or 1 year contract. I might say no, then because I might be looking only for full-time job, permanent job. So it depend on me. I can do this negotiation or make a decision right now because I do have a 10 years of experiences. I know my bargaining power. I know my knowledge. I know my experiences. Yes, once you reach to that level, definitely, if you prefer, don't wanna go for interview, it's not like it's your choice, right? You are whether you're gonna go for interview or not, because they're gonna call you and they're gonna give you in and out about the position, the duration of the position, the salary, everything. So once both of you agree, then they're gonna proceed your resume for the interview. If you something doesn't work out for you, definitely, I mean, you're not gonna go for it. So it's not like somebody forcing you, okay, 6 months, you don't have any other option. No, you have an option. But what I'm suggesting, what I'm recommending at the earlier stages, don't try to be flexible. Do not be rigid. No, no, I'm going to only do this. It eventually is going to harm you not to get a job. You don't want to do that. You want to be in a situation. If the company pays you relocation, if the company pay you everything, it's a good salary. I don't think you should say no, unless you have a very specific reason, because some has family, some has very specific reason. I'm respectful for those situations, but yes, try to be flexible initially. Once you have experiences, once you have more skills, you gain more knowledge, definitely you have your option. You can bargain, you can negotiate, or you can look for any specific position which is full-time permanent. You're not going to look for any contract position.
Yeah. After you gain some experience, you will see that maybe you like a contract. You just want to move from one to another place. So it depends on time. It can change, right? So, but don't hold this thought to not doing the course or not moving forward, right? That may harm you. So, so I've been in Lowe's for 6 years, 6 years now, more than 6 years, right? Rifat Bhai has been here almost 2 years, right? So yeah, it depends, so it totally depends and varies. Okay, but good
Okay.
And,
question.
and one more information, in USA, there is nothing called 6 months or full-time permanent. If the company wants to fire you, they're gonna fire you within a matter of seconds.
True.
Even though
Okay.
if you're a full-time permanent employee, if they don't wanna keep you, they can fire you right away. So again, it's depend all the circumstances. So if you say that, oh no, I only gonna do full-time job, during this pandemic, a lot of people lose their job, even though they have a full-time permanent employee. So what happened? So nothing you can guarantee that. But again, I would suggest not to have a mindset, I'm only going to do this, I'm not going to do that. Try to be flexible enough so that, and especially this time, pretty much 100% work is remote. You're going to work from home. They're not going to ask you in person or come physically in the office. So this is, at this moment, pretty much every job is 100% remote job. So yeah, I mean, till things get better in future, definitely whatever job you do, you can work from home. So
Okay.
when things get better, then they will ask you like, okay, come physically into our location.
Okay. I know I asked this question. I don't want to scare anybody. I just want to tell in short that I know the person. He lives right next to me, and he got the job as a manual tester, Albany in New York, in Albany, about 2 years ago. And he was good. He said they hired him for a 1 year contract, then they increased the contract for another year. But because of the pandemic situation, he got laid off, and another 5 6 senior person than him, they laid off also. So I think it's a bit. better opportunity. Even though he has only the manual testing experience, he got the job. So I think it's good opportunity to get the,
Yeah,
yeah.
of course. Yep, that's right. This situation, COVID, it's really unique situation, but it get things getting better, right? So hopefully within 2 3 months, everybody will get vaccinated. So things will get better, and then we're expecting a huge surge in a job replacement, right?
And
So
so
this,
think
yeah.
about that. So this is a great point that Farid Bhai is making. If you do not have the right skill set, what will happen in your future? Just think about it. Like definitely, all of you need to be prepared for the upcoming future. So things is get complicated right now in the job market. So because with the ordinary skill, it's very hard to get a job. If you do not have some specific skill set, it will be more complicated in future. So this is the perfect time, like this time, to utilize yourself in such a way so that you have the best skills that you need to get a job. Why don't we grab this opportunity to prepare ourselves for future? So if you have a lack of knowledge, if you have a lack of skills, definitely you will be in high danger to lose your job. Once you overcome the situation, you build yourself, you prepare yourself for the future. This doesn't matter if something happened, definitely this need will, a company cannot run without the software. Yes, during the pandemic the hiring got freeze, but they need people. They're gonna eventually ramp up. So whenever they look for the people, they look for the people who has the right skill set. So if you do have the right skill set, definitely you'll be in upfront competing with other folks. So somebody who doesn't have that skill set. So it's a great opportunity actually to invest yourself for the future so that you prepare if you want to pursue your career in the IT industries.
Yep. Any other question or
Please,
comments?
I mean, I encourage any question you have in your mind, like no question is silly, everything is a valid question. And the session today is just to help you out. If you have any question on your mind about this course, about anything, please don't feel hesitate, feel free to ask me.
So no question means you understood, you're ready to get enrolled. Let's get started, right? So but yeah, feel free to ask questions, and then you can also reach out to us, any one of us, right? So email is there. We have also text message option on our website. There's a multiple ways you can reach out to us. Okay.
Anyone else have anything?
Looks like everyone is so shy.
Right.
What's happening?
So and just one more thing, if nobody has questions, right? So uh, from my past experience, right? So many people I have their doubts that it's really a thing, that okay, I'm just gonna do 3 months. Is it really a thing? So look at me and look at Rifat Bhai. uh, we used to be a student like you, just attending session physically, going there, thinking what could be a better feature, right? So I think Rifat Bhan and I made the right choice, right? And that time it was really, yeah, there was some doubt, there was some hard decision making, right? But that was a really great decision, right? After that, look at us over here, almost 10 years, 9 years, 10 years, 11 years experience, right? So in my friend circle as well, so many people, if it'll be really amazing, like one person, one of my friends is still thinking that he, or whether he should do it or not. So it's been 7 years, right? And another one of my friend, after 6 years, 5 to 6 years, he finally completed, and then he's in the market. So please don't, if you have some doubt, yeah, think about it, do more research, talk to us, even talk to your friend. So do some research, but this is really great opportunity. Okay. So think about it. It's a bright future. You can see, we already showed you, right, that it has a feature. Everybody needs software, right? So
And
without
another
software, you can
question, I
do it.
mean, some of you ask like 6 months contract. So as I told you, let's say you don't want to work for anybody else. You just want to work on your own time. There is a freelancing, lots of freelancing project. You just apply for that. Just study this website, one of the website. End of the class, I'm going to email to all of you this lecture note, the slide presentation slide, so you can have the references. You just Google it, freelancing website. You build your profile and look for the project. So it's totally, they will put the price, how much they're gonna pay for this project. You just gonna complete the project. Let's say you don't work for anybody. Somebody wants to be independent, and some of you are still studying. You don't want to proceed now for work. You want to wait until you get it done. Perfect. This is the opportunity to earn money just and gain experience just to do freelancing work. It doesn't have to be under a company. So a lot of things is going on, and we are living in the age of internet. You can Google it, you can find it. I just show it to you. This is LinkedIn, and this moment, how many, what are the number of position that they posted in LinkedIn. So as I said, so it's unbelievable opportunity that we have in this particular field. So but you need to have the right skill set. If you're ready, that's pretty much. So Google yourself, do the research. Definitely, we trying to give you more in and out, but I would suggest that definitely this is your career. You're going to do the comparison, you're going to do research and try to come up a good decision that might help you out. As I said, whoever is doing the study is still in a university, your internship is coming in future. So if you specialize on something, trust me, how smooth and seamless it's going to be for you to get an intern position. Once you have all these skills on your resume, if they see, okay, you have done a project, you know this side of tools, you're right in the front line to get an intern position. And definitely, when you go as an intern, if you can do well in 3 or 4 months, you have a great opportunity to be hired as a full-time once you finish your degree. So yeah, is all try to give good thoughts that how it can be beneficial. You have so many opportunity in future, so it will help you actually if you made the right choice and right decision.
And also, once you enroll in our courses, so you just pay one time and then it will be for lifetime support. So in future, if you want to sharpen your skills or new skills in software testing or any other courses, you are more than welcome. So sometime it happens that the one session is not enough, we feel like, because you have so many personal work or you have some other issues, right? So but you have to just pay one, but you have unlimited opportunity to do the courses. Okay, so
Yep, that's a great point. So let's say in January session you join, you feel like I have to join another session. Yep, no question asked. Just notify us you're gonna join in the next session, and we're gonna send you the link, and you're gonna join the course again. And once the pandemic is over, actually, we're gonna open our physical office, physical class location in New York. We're just waiting things get better because it is a risky time. There is no point for us to take the risk,
right,
open an office, and where it's difficult for student to come to the joint physically.
yeah. And then again, this time is really critical because of, as I told you, right, there will be huge surge coming up. So yeah, do some research. And then yeah, any other question from anybody? We get good question. So, and Shojib Bhai, you want to say something? You can also.
Yes, sorry, I was looking for the floor. So just to
Sure.
add a few more things, I mean, what you guys have discussed. So definitely, I mean, most of the stuff have been covered, but regarding the job market, I mean, technology or IT job market is always like that in the US and also in the other countries. I travel and stayed in different countries in Australia, Europe, and other countries as well. So same problem, the contractual job, but you have to actually secure the contractual job first, and then you will get the permanent job. This is how usually it works. It's not Bangladesh or other countries. It's not like that. In Bangladesh, maybe some people are joining there for lifetime. They don't need to think about any other job. It's not like that. In Western world, it's always contractual and then permanent. And in contractual type, casual or fixed term contract, this is very common. So if you are like 3 months, 6 months contract, you have done it perfectly, you are very good, you will get the reference. You have to build your own reference actually. So this is very important. And your recruiter, your even your manager or your co-worker, they will refer you to the other opportunities. This is how it works. So in my Verizon, actually, I've been here almost 2.5 years. So beside me, actually, lots of managers or engineers or IT developers were working. They are no more with me. They're being fired actually, but still I'm here, and hopefully I believe I will be there for another 5 years if I stay here. So this is how you have to believe. So course or skill set you have to develop first, and by doing the course or even self-study sometimes works, but self-study, I mean, I will not recommend at this stage, because this kind of skills is not that you cannot do, but this is hard to do by yourself. So it's better to be institutional process. So if you guys just are thinking about doing like this kind of course or even to get the job in 6 months time, you definitely has to enroll in a professional certification course or this kind of professional courses. And in the university, suppose some of you are in the university, so university courses are more about like theoretical stuff. I mean, I used to teach in the unis as well, and theories and job markets are actually is different. I mean, especially university courses are not focused on the job market. That's the problem. Although people get the job after finishing the degrees, that's true, but they have to really get some reference skill set by doing these professional courses or by their own. So, I mean, that's why it's a very good opportunity for the students, whoever is doing the courses. Besides that, you can enrich your own capacity or a capability like that. So anyway, this is not only software testing, as Rifa said. I mean, next week, another point to highlight, next Friday, we have another another demo,
Trial
right?
class.
Free trial class. That's on business intelligence, BI developer with Power BI and SQL Server for data analytics or data science area. So if anybody is interested from here, just let us know, or let Shoaib know, so we can enroll you. You can join over there to meet another instructor actually. So just let us know. That's it, Rifat, from my side.
Thank you, Shazib.
Yep.
Okay, if nobody has question, I think we are top of the time, right? So
Yep. Okay, so if anybody doesn't feel like want to ask, if you want to ask later, you can reach out our employee, Shoaib. So maybe you can talk to our, we have our number in our website. Please feel free to give us a call. And we're going to email to you also this slide to all of you so that you have reference what we have gone through in the presentation today.
Lastly, for everyone, the class will start on 23rd of January. Before that, you have to make up your mind and do register before that. Like you have to pay $500 for registration. I mean, you can reach out to Shoaib for that. Okay, thank you.
thank you.
Have a nice day. Bye.
Yeah.
Okay, all right then.